All right, for my third pick of the Week 4 Sunday six-pack brought to you by FanDuel, I am going with the New England Patriots plus 9.5 at the Green Bay Packers. I literally almost flipped a coin between the Patriots and the Raiders.
You made the right choice. Even though I mean, yeah.
I bet both. We'll talk about the Raiders game later. My ultimate, if it was 10 and a half, I definitely would have went Patriots. But now that it's down to 9.5, my deciding factor was I'll take Belichick over his pet in Vegas. So yeah, there's a lot of talk. Hoyer's lost 11 straight starts. But he's covered like 58% of his games. He's 8-3 against the spread and catching more than 5 points, 4-1 when catching double digits on the road. And Belichick's obviously elite off a loss, has been his entire career. Expect you get the max game plan here. He's 48-22-1, 69% covering by about a touchdown. 29-9-1 against the spread on the road after a loss. Played this angle in week 2 against the Steelers. And how about 25-3 against the spread on the road after a loss as a dog or favorite of less than a touchdown? 25-3 against the spread after a loss on the road as either an underdog or favorite of less than a touchdown. A lot of overlap with Brady there, but he's had some success with other quarterbacks as well. If you look at Castle, even Newton, and Mac Jones. So
like you could just move on.
By the way, Bill Belichick's only been an underdog a double-digit underdog once, and it was with Brian Hoyer 2 years ago in Kansas City in a game he did not cover. But when I look at this game, I don't think that this look headline was about 5, and I don't think that the drop off between Mac Jones, who might play, they say, is 4 to 5 points from Mac Jones to Brian Hoyer, the current version of Mac Jones, because Mac Jones has been bad all year. If you look at all of his metrics, and Brian Hoyer knows this offense inside and out. I'm sure he's not coming into a foreign situation. We've seen backups have a lot of success in their first start where teams aren't that prepared for them. You also have the Bailey Zappi factor, who I love. And if he has to come in late and get us a backdoor, he will. But I just think this is too high of a number to lay against Belichick in what should be a low-scoring game, considering how the Packers offense is playing right now. They're still trying to figure things out. Bakhtiari is not all the way back. I love Romeo Doubs, and he's going to be their number one receiver.
My man called it.
Yeah, we both called that. I've called that since college. Oh, yeah. He's going to eventually be their number. But this offense isn't humming right now at all. They didn't score in the second half against the Bears. They got 14 points right away. Great script against Tampa, and then held on to win 14-12. This offense is still figuring itself out. I assume that you'll get a good Patriots game plan here. And then one thing with the Packers is when they have a big lead, they tend to play a little conservative on offense and defense. Backdoor could be open here. I assume you get a max effort from the Patriots after getting embarrassed last week. And, chance Mac Jones plays. Hoyer at least knows the offense. He'll take some shots here. You hope, Jair Alexander's banged up too for the Packers, which could help. And, you could get Mac Jones. You could get Bailey Zappi at some point. All in all, especially if you can get 10, I think this line is too high. So give me the Pats and Bill off a loss as a big dog. And let's hope Hoyer doesn't make 2. He made against the Chiefs. They were in position to cover that game. Remember, this is when the Chiefs were like rolling and the Pats were catching double digits with Hoyer a couple years ago. And Hoyer didn't get the spike off.
Yep, the half. He ruined like 3 points.
Yeah, and then he threw another bad pick, and
Stidham came in.
That he avoids the mistakes. Yeah, which could be Zappi this time. And Stidham couldn't get the back door, but Zappi hour will. I just think it's too many points at 10 or above. Give me. I know it's a convincing case. The convincing case. Bailey Zappi's going to come in and get the backdoor cover. For the Pats.
Am I listening to Stuckey or Darren Ravel right now? Like, what the fuck is going on? This is ridiculous. Bailey Zappi, bro. Okay.
By the way, let me throw one real piece of analysis out there. The Patriots, which they didn't have against the Chiefs when they played, will have a massive special teams edge here. Packers special teams still stinks, and the Pats special teams will always be elite. By the way, Nick Folk has made 54 field goals from under 50 in a row. So that's where you can get some hidden points in this. Like, arguably, it's one of the worst special teams versus one of the best. So I don't think that's being factored into the spread also. So look out for the Pats special.
Let me tee you up for this, just because I know people are going to tweet me or tweet us and ask us this. What do you say to the people that are like Rodgers at Lambeau, 66% against the spread? You know, all that.
You know, I mean, Rodgers usually, let's see, when he's he's 18-16 against the spread in his career as a double-digit favorite. Okay. I believe all are at home. So, and like I said, that goes back to the Packers. They tend to be a little conservative. Like if Rodgers has the ball, and this isn't an explosive Packers offense. Like if he has the ball up 7 late, you know, with like 6 to go, they're gonna bleed this all the way down. They could bleed it all the way down. And they're not. But Rodgers isn't, when he's really good at mastering the clock. Like they'll go down, and he's kind of like Brady in that sense. That's when you can beat Brady, when Brady's like at his best, when he's laying over a touchdown. You know, they'll at the end, they'll like kill like 8 to 9 minutes at the end of the game, and then they're taking knees at the 8-yard line. But yeah, I mean, I could, for every Rodgers trend, I could give you a Belichick one. I just think the line is slightly too high here for a Packers offense that's still kind of figuring itself out. And yeah, we just have to hope that, I mean, at least Hoyer understands the offense. And by the way, from a X's and O's standpoint, the Patriots should have some success running the ball. So it's not like they're not going to be able to sustain any drives on the ground. This is a Packers defense that will give you some yards on the ground. And I like the Patriots back. So you just have to hope that Hoyer doesn't make any key mistakes. But I just think it's too big of a number for the Packers to be laying with the current state of their offense. And, you know, you got the Belichick factor off the loss. You have the special teams edge, and I think that the Patriots can keep this within single digits.